Hey everybody! So I know I promised I was going to be filming some more, so I went ahead and filmed this glamorous blue matte smoky eye look for you guys. I want to just tell you a little bit about this look before the video starts. Okay, so I've used all Urban Decay eyeshadows on this look, and I've used Lilly lashes. This look is super easy. It's just a little bit of blending. You can swap out the colors to make this however you like. I've just gone ahead and picked out this beautiful blue color because I was going for something bright and beautiful. But if you guys want to wear this a different way, make sure you just swap out your colors. Now, I hope you guys have been enjoying my videos so far. Please don't forget to subscribe and leave comments and hit the like button. Also, if you guys have any questions, make sure to let me know. I love hearing from you guys about, all my makeup looks, good or bad. I take all the suggestions in, so I hope I've been getting better and better for you guys. Now, if you like this makeup look, I would hope that you guys would continue watching. Let me know if you guys have any other requests on looks that you want to see. But if you want to learn how to get this beautiful blue-eyed makeup look, continue to watch and I will show you step by step. Thank you. All right, everybody. So as you can see, I already have my foundation on, my concealer on, and I also have my blush on and my contour and my brows filled in. So I did all this so that, the video would be a little shorter. Plus, I've already done that many times, in videos before. So I've gone ahead and done one side of my face with the full eye and the way it looks. And I absolutely love this look. And these lashes are amazing. I've mentioned this before that I'm in love with Lilly lashes. I think these are amazing. They're worth every penny. So I'm going to show you guys how to use these today. These are the ones in Venice. But first things first, we're going to go ahead and prep this eye and get started to do this beautiful eyeshadow look. So the first product, as always, that I'm using is going to be a primer for my eye. And this one is Painterly, which I've used hundreds of times. So I'm literally just going to take a little bit on my finger. And I'm using my finger today because I feel like I really want to get a really strong base on my eye so that there's no area left, untouched with this. Because we're going to be putting on a really deep color. And I want that to show. So I'm going to use it really everywhere, as close to the lash line as possible, for sure. And you can see I'm going pretty high and out because I'm going to make this a really nice winged look right underneath the eyebrow. Just take a little at a time. All right. Once you have your primer on, the very next step is going to be using your Naked One palette. And I'm going to be taking a blending brush. This one is 224, little black fluffy brush. And I'm going to take the color Naked from the palette. And you just want a little bit on your brush, you can see. I barely have any on there. Tap off any excess. And just work this into your crease. And if you don't know where your crease is, it's right above your lid where you start to feel your bone. And that's where you want to apply this color. But be very careful. You don't want to go too high and get it under your eyebrow because you're going to leave space up there for another color. So very gently, very light-handedly blend this into your bone. Back and forth motions on that. And just take a little bit at a time so that you're not packing this on too much too fast. You can see starting to get some warmth in my crease area. Okay. Once you've got that applied, go ahead and take Buck, which is a really nice brown color. I really love this color. It has no shimmer. It's a matte color. which I also really like because I don't want to be using shimmer on my bone area since this is a very matte look, and I'm only going to be using shimmer in my inner corner. So I have that color on my brush, same brush, and work it right into where you just applied naked. And you can see it's getting warmer in the crease, which is exactly what you want. You want to start to see some dimension. You can see I'm not going too high. I'm not going right under my brow. I'm also going to take that same color and just swirl it into my outer corner of my eye and work it inwards. Not all the way into the lid, but just a little bit. Okay, now you can see I've created the shape that I wanted, that angled shape that I'm going for with this look. Now the very next color I'm going to use is actually going to be from the Urban Decay Electric palette, and I'm just going to take a fluffy brush where of course the number is totally off my brush. It's 217, and this one's already blue because I already put it on one eye. But I'm just going to take the color Chaos, and honestly this is such a pigmented palette. A little bit on your brush goes a long way, and be very light-handed with this because if it gets everywhere you're going to have blue all over your eye and it's going to look ridiculous. So really light-handedly, gently, you just want to work this onto the eyelid. And I'm really lightly pressing this. You're not seeing me make any swishing motions. Again, a little bit on the brush goes a long way. So take your time with really applying this, because this is, I feel, the most important step to getting this look to be perfect. And you want to just work it right underneath that bone and where you applied all that nice brown color. Make sure you work this really well into your lash line because you don't want any flesh color showing, which is exactly why you wanted to apply your painterly, very well on the eye. And I'm going to go all the way over my eyelid. Really just over the entire lid. There you go. Blend that right in. If you feel like it's splotchy in any places, then just apply next to it and really just blend just a little bit. Not too much though, because you don't want to weaken the color. And you can see how beautiful that bright blue color is. Now, the very next thing I'm going to do is take another blending brush, 224. I'm just taking the same one I just used earlier with those brown colors. And I'm going to go back to my Naked One palette, and I'm going to take Creep, which is a very light shimmery black. Normally I use a lot of matte blacks, but this is a really pretty shimmery color. And I'm just going to work this into my outer corner and sweep it over just a little bit. Very lightly. You really don't want too much black in this look because you already have such a deep blue color. And you're going to work that into the crease. I can barely feel the brush on my eye. That's truly how light I'm being with this, with the pressure. Okay. You can see I've gone ahead and worked that in. I'm going to go back to Buck and just apply a little bit of Buck right back into the bone area because I want to make sure it's not too brown, still has that nice brown, not too black, but still has that nice warm brown in it. And you can see I've gone ahead and created most of this look already. Now the very next thing I'm going to do is take a nice flat brush, and this is 213. And I'm going to go back to my electric palette, and I'm going to take Revolt, which is that really nice metallic-y, shimmery color, which is what I put on the inner corner. And I'm literally just going to pat this in to my inner corner and right underneath my bottom lash line. And you can see it gives that really bright and beautiful look in there, which helps really brighten this up, I feel. I'm just going to take that same brush I used with that blue and just blend that in a little bit so it's not too harsh. Alright, next step, I'm going to take a 219 pencil brush, and I'm going to go back to my Naked One palette, and I'm going to take Buck. And I'm literally just going to work that into my bottom lash line. Not too much, you really don't need to apply too much. Once I've gotten that into my bottom lash line, just gotten some warmth on there, I'm going to take a 239 flat brush, and it's blue because I already put the blue on there from before. And I'm going to take Chaos from the electric palette, really a little bit. Again, this color gets everywhere, so you can be careful. And just dab it on to my lash line. Alright. So I have gone ahead and applied that. You can see how bright that blue is. It's so pretty. Next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and put on my gel liner. So for that, I'm going to be using an angled eyeliner brush, and this one is 266. Let's see what it looks like. And I'm just going to clean that off with a makeup wipe because it's kind of dry. Alright, and I'm just taking Sephora's gel liner, and this is a waterproof smoky cream liner. It's called Must Have. Let's see what it looks like. I'm just gonna dip my brush in there, take a little bit on my brush, and I'm gonna work that into my lash line. And I like to start from the outer corner and go inwards. Try to stay as close to the lash line as possible. I like to keep my eyeliner winged and all, but just not too thick. I kind of feel like it overwhelms my eyes if I'm wearing it too thick. You can see I've worked that into the lash line pretty well. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and wing that out. Since this is an angled brush, it's pretty easy. I'm just going to take it and just connect it to my outer corner. And you can make this line as long as you want. But mine's going to be right about there. And then I'm just going to connect that over. Fill in that spot right there, and that is it. That's that winged liner. You can see it looks super pretty. I'm just gonna take a little bit and throw it on my bottom lash line. I'm just rubbing this in to my waterline. Be gentle so you don't poke yourself in the eye, because that wouldn't be fun. Alright, and there you have it. Now, here comes to the part that people have a lot of difficulty with, and I get a lot of requests on how to do this. So I know I've put this in a video before, but I'm going to go ahead and show you again how to put on false lashes. Now, the first step is I like to look for lashes that have really thin bands where the lashes are all connected on top. And you can see this is super thin. Like, it's a really thin band. It's not thick at all, which helps it blend into your lash line a lot better. It photographs better, and I feel like they last a lot better, as opposed to, I got these as an example to show you guys. These are Ardell. Look at how thick that band is, if you can see. And it's almost, you know, really shiny. And you can, when you take a picture with lashes, you can almost really tell that they're fake. A little too fake, and that's not pretty, I think. You know, some people really like really thick, really heavy lashes, and that's okay. But there's different companies and different qualities where you can get that same look, but look really flawless and almost pull it off as if it's natural. So again, these are Lilly lashes, and these are Venice. So I ordered these online from her website. They delivered really fast. They weren't expensive. She always has some kind of deal going on where you can get some special on these lashes. So step one, you take them out of the box and you peel them off the packaging. Now, I always measure and cut my lashes because no pair of lashes is ever going to be the same length. I just dropped that, haha. But you want to measure these on your eyelid and see if they're too long. And if they're too long, then you want to cut them. Now, these I've already cut. So the way I would do this is close my eye and look into a mirror and just see, okay, do they start at the corner? Are they drooping at the end a little bit? What do I need to do? And then most likely they're usually too long, even, you know, on most people that I've seen. So I would just take a pair of scissors and cut them from the inner corner, if you can see that right there, from that inner corner and a little bit from that back corner right here. So that way, don't just cut them just from the back, because I feel like they don't look as natural. They may be a little really long in the front as well. So you want them to blend seamlessly into your own lashes. And you can see how well this pair blends. Look, they just look amazing. And the hairs used in these are so soft and, you know, pretty that they're not thick and weird looking with my own lashes. So now, with all that said, I'm going to go ahead and take Duo Adhesive Glue, and you can get this at any drugstore. And watch how much I apply on these lashes. I'm going to literally take barely any. I'm not squeezing much out of the tube. And I'm literally just gonna just barely touch it on the rim of those lashes. I mean, this Duo glue should last you a lifetime. I have not yet run out of one. Make sure you get the ends really good. Okay, so let me give you a close-up of what this looks like. As you can see, I barely have any glue on this lash. Barely. That's all you need. And now you're going to let this get tacky, which means you need to let it dry for about 30 seconds before you apply it on your eye, because otherwise it's going to be really wet. I like to just hold both ends of it and just blow. Alright, while those are drying, I suggest you can put them down if you want to, but I'm just going to hold mine. I'm going to take a 213 brush, and I'm going to go back to my Naked 1 palette, and the very first color is called Virgin, and I'm going to take that on my brush, barely any, and I'm going to put that right under my eyebrow for a highlighting effect. Once I've got that, I'm just going to go ahead and take that same blending brush that I used earlier and just blend all those colors in and marry them together. So you've really seen step by step how easy it is to do this at this point. You know, you can swap these colors out really easily to make any look you want. You don't have to use this bright blue. You can use any color you like. Now, I've gone ahead and gotten my glue on there. It's pretty tacky. I'm going to go ahead and put this as close to my lash line as possible. I'm used to doing this with my hands. I don't like to use tweezers. A lot of people do. So I just practice with this part. It's not going to be perfect on the very first try, but don't give up. You know, it takes time. Use a mirror. I have a mirror right here, and just apply. And if you mess up, peel them off and try again. It's okay. But I'm going to put the ends on first, and then just pull them close to my lash line. And the inner corner, just gently apply. And you can see how easy that was. It just takes a second. And you just take that same brush you used for your eyeliner and just press those lashes right into your eyeliner and your lash line. And that's really going to help seal them in there. Okay, and I'm just going to hold the lash and press it into my lash line. These little details really matter. You know, I feel like some people will want to take the easy route, bam, just go in, and that's it. And then a couple hours later, you'll notice they're starting to come off, which always sucks. You know, I hate that. So just take the extra time and put them on properly. It's worth it. All right. Those feel mighty secure to me. So now I'm just going to go ahead and take some mascara. You can use any mascara. I just have a little sample one lying around from MAC. By the way, you guys should totally buy this. It's amazing. This is the Zoom Fast Black Mascara. Love this stuff. Seriously, I keep one in my purse all the time. And I'm just going to work that into my own lashes to help these fake lashes blend into my lashes. And I'm not going to drag it all the way up because these lashes are already so long and pretty that I don't need to do that. I'm just working them into my lashes so they're blended in. And then I'm going to do my bottom lash. All right. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you get this beautiful smoky-eyed makeup look using all Urban Decay eyeshadows and just a couple of brushes. I didn't even use a ton of brushes. And it's very blended. You can see that beautiful brown color mixed into that black and then that matte blue all over the lid. Nice shimmery under brow highlight. I really love this look. I hope you guys love this look. Now, of course, no look is complete without lipstick, so I'm going to give you guys a couple options. I recently picked up this, it's almost like a lip balm type thing, but it's actually lipstick. It's like a lip pencil lipstick. This one's called Innocent. Totally love this. Super nice pinky nude color, which is super hard to find. You can also go with Lovelorn, which I've worn in previous videos. You can go with Chatterbox, or you can go with Candy Yum Yum. Now, it just depends on how bold you're trying to be, you know, with this look. I'm just going to go ahead and use my cute new lip balm. And there you have it. Nice, pretty nude lips. Makeup done. Totally ready to go out. Hope you guys really enjoyed this look. I really love filming it for you. I hope you guys will subscribe to my channel. And I truly, truly hope if you have any questions and comments, please make sure to mention them below. And don't forget to check out my Instagram and my Facebook, which I will link in the drop down box. Of course, as always, all the products will be listed in the drop down box. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time.